The infuriating reality of Chinese vendors shamelessly manipulating weighing scales to cheat and swindle consumers is all too frequent. China's clandestine gutter oil industry has been exposed, revealing a disturbing reality. Ingredients for making sausages and street food, dead pigs, food waste, and a little seasoning. Today a delivery came. Come and see whether this is hair or fur. I looked at it and it doesn't seem like hair loss, it's even curly. I don't know what this store is up to, but this afternoon I'll go pick up their meal. Now I dare to confirm, it's fur. Let's switch to a video. Have you ever seen hand-fried rice? Today when I went to pick up the meal, I was waiting there and they said they were just about to finish frying rice. How can they fry rice without heating up the pan? Then I saw the store owner secretly frying it. They didn't let me see it face to face, using their hands to fry it in the rice, adding some ingredients. They deliberately didn't let me see it and secretly fried it. After frying, they put it in the microwave for a bit, pack it up, and deliver it to customers to eat. Everything is technology now. Even if you offer it to me, I won't eat it. Look at the bone soup. I don't even know what's in it. The bone soup you're drinking. And look at the bucket of rice noodles. Is it good? If you haven't seen it, once you do, you'll lose your appetite. Their hygiene is really poor. Even if they send me takeaway, I won't eat it. The buyer posted a clip in outrage because the shop owner deliberately lined the bottom with extra paper beneath the strawberries. Did they even cheat me for a few strawberries? Exposing deceptive practices in Chinese markets, from unscrupulous vendors to expired food sales. In recent years, the alarming presence of toxic food in China has ignited widespread alarm and intensified scrutiny. This glaring problem underscores systemic shortcomings in the management and regulation of food safety by the Chinese Communist Party. Despite earnest efforts to bolster standards and tighten regulations, persistent lapses in enforcement and supervision persist, leaving consumers vulnerable to the perils posed by unscrupulous practices within the food industry. Returning to the first video segment, recorded by a food delivery driver, paints a disturbing picture of his recent visit to a restaurant. Here, he recounts witnessing the kitchen staff preparing an order placed by a customer in what is commonly referred to as a takeout-only establishment. What's truly enraging is the utter disregard for basic hygiene standards evident in the premises. Despite the appalling conditions, the chef shamelessly proceeds with cooking, willfully ignoring the health hazards posed to unsuspecting diners. This reckless behavior not only demonstrates a callous indifference to public safety but also raises serious questions about the integrity and ethics of such establishments. The disturbing trend of dining out, especially in high-end restaurants, is gaining widespread traction in China, fueled by the misguided belief that these establishments maintain impeccable cleanliness. However, the grim reality is far from it. Despite the bustling crowds and limited serving hours, many eateries continue to flout basic food safety standards with impunity. Countless viral videos circulating online expose the reprehensible practices of Chinese food vendors. One particularly enraging clip captures the appalling sight of organ meat being tampered with in a hot pot restaurant as a worker repeatedly manipulates it with layers of edible paper, reducing it to a pitiful state. This blatant disregard for food safety standards has ignited fury among netizens who rightfully question how such abhorrent practices are allowed to persist. Another infuriating video documents the shocking spectacle of fresh seafood in a Chinese restaurant, where a piece of fish skin appears to dissolve into nothingness in a bowl of soup, sparking widespread outrage and intensifying fears over the safety of food consumption in China. These unscrupulous merchants prioritize profit over morality, shamelessly resorting to deceitful tactics at the expense of unsuspecting customers who patronize their establishments. Not only are the food preparations egregiously unhygienic, but even within the food processing facilities themselves, there are despicable acts of deceit and exploitation aimed at Chinese consumers. While not all of these practices are exposed, those that are revealed are enough to incite fury and disgust in anyone who witnesses them. In a particularly enraging video, a pork vendor is caught slicing meat with an abnormally large knife, suspiciously obscuring the truth. What follows is even more appalling. The vendor clandestinely enhances the meat while slicing the ribs, deceitfully manipulating the scale to extract more money from unsuspecting buyers. It's utterly heartbreaking that the customers stand idly by, completely unaware of the deception unfolding before their eyes. I swear, I will never touch these sausages again. You heartless merchants, have you completely lost your conscience? Come and watch this video. Hey, kids who love sausages, have you seen how these sausages are made? They're made of meat even dogs would refuse to eat. Yet, you process them into sausages and sell them without any conscience. These sausages, devoid of any nutritional value, are the favorite snacks of kids, becoming their ultimate indulgence. You can often find vendors selling them on busy streets because they're cheap. However, these sausages belong to the category of high-calorie foods, and frequent consumption can lead to weight gain. They contain harmful substances like sodium nitrite preservatives, which pose serious health risks. Why do we keep hearing about more and more people falling ill? Isn't it directly related to what you eat? Some chemicals may not immediately harm you when ingested, but if they accumulate in your body over time, they can cause serious health issues. Don't think they're harmless, they're harming children. Pay attention to food safety. The infuriating reality of Chinese vendors shamelessly manipulating weighing scales to cheat and swindle consumers is all too frequent. Fed up with being repeatedly deceived, one brave individual decided to take a stand. Armed with their own weighing apparatus, they boldly confronted the deceitful shop owner. Their righteous anger echoes the growing frustration among consumers who refuse to be victims of such blatant dishonesty. This courageous act serves as a rallying cry for justice and accountability in the face of greed and exploitation. It's a stark reminder of the urgent need for transparency and integrity in the marketplace, where the rights and trust of consumers must be fiercely protected. Next, we'll delve into the realm of purchasing and vending food products nearing or surpassing their expiration dates. Let's kick off by examining a video showcasing such close-to-expiration items. Over the past few years, a new trend has emerged in China, with the advent of stores specializing in selling food nearing its shelf life. Typically, these products have 3 to 6 months left before expiry, and sometimes even as little as 1 to 2 months. Manufacturers often offer these items at significantly discounted prices to clear inventory swiftly. In fact, most items in these stores are priced at just half or even one-third of the rates found in supermarkets. This trend is an indirect reflection of China's current economic climate, marked by widespread unemployment and salary reductions, prompting consumers to seek budget-friendly options, particularly when it comes to near-expiration snacks. Consequently, these stores have witnessed a surge in popularity, particularly in smaller cities and towns with lower consumption levels. Beyond physical storefronts, these establishments also cater to community group purchases, self-service dining establishments, and night market vendors. The recent proliferation of such outlets is closely linked to the ongoing pandemic. China's stringent COVID-19 containment measures, often resulting in city or household lockdowns, have led to a significant increase in community group purchases. Local authorities frequently control the supply chain, with near-expiration goods becoming a primary source of provisions. However, these items are typically sold to residents at regular prices, resulting in substantial profits for these officials. China's clandestine gutter oil industry has been exposed, revealing a disturbing reality. This alarming food safety scandal unfolding in China is just as repulsive as one would expect. With food shortages becoming a pressing issue in the country, a dire scarcity of cooking oil could fuel anti-CCP sentiments among ordinary Chinese citizens. It's highly plausible that this illicit gutter oil production business operates with tacit approval from the Chinese Communist Party. Consequently, impoverished individuals in China find themselves in an impossible situation where those without food face starvation, while those with access to food risk consuming poisonous oil. With over a decade having elapsed and Chinese society increasingly marred by corruption, the utilization of sewer oil, or gutter oil, is likely to worsen and show no signs of improvement. Sewer oil, extracted from the greasy residue in sewers or waste from hotels and restaurants, presents a grim reality that continues to plague Chinese society. Gutter oil is widely present in China, as evidenced by numerous online videos depicting its collection. Some eateries even directly retrieve gutter oil from garbage bins for reuse, while others gather it for further refinement before selling it on the market. Experts have highlighted that the purification process of gutter oil involves repeated high-temperature heating, which may kill bacteria but fails to eliminate the toxins released post-mortem. Moreover, The intense heating causes the fatty acid molecules in the oil to break down, generating numerous carcinogens. Studies indicate that even gutter oil subjected to multiple purification cycles contains thousands of harmful substances. Short-term consumption can damage the gastrointestinal tract, while long-term consumption may increase the risk of cancer. Unfortunately, scientists have yet to discover an effective method to detect and differentiate gutter oil. Ordinary individuals can identify it by inspecting for impurities, clarity, or unusual odors. Ultimately, the best course of action is to avoid seeking cheaper alternatives and refrain from purchasing cooking oil from dubious sources. Despite official crackdowns on gutter oil extraction, reports from Reuters in 2017 indicated that illicit production persisted. The situation likely worsened following the Ukraine conflict, with China facing a severe shortage of edible cooking oil, exacerbated by export restrictions from major producer nations like Indonesia and Malaysia. This scarcity has driven up prices, creating opportunities for the gutter oil mafia to thrive amidst soaring demand. With over 1.4 billion people generating substantial waste oil daily, a lucrative black market has emerged around this illicit commodity. For Chinese restaurants and food manufacturers, involvement in the gutter oil trade is highly profitable. Selling kitchen waste to private parties can earn up to 10,000 yuan annually, far surpassing fees for city sanitation worker services. Additionally, restaurants stand to profit from purchasing processed gutter oil at half the price of regular cooking oil. Large establishments can earn millions of yuan annually from selling their kitchen waste alone. This lucrative cycle incentivizes both the sale and repurchase of gutter oil, contributing to the thriving underground economy in China. Is the toxicity of sewer oil less harmful to humans? The answer is negative. However, these toxins may have a longer latency period in humans, perhaps up to 10 to 15 years. This extended incubation period has led the Chinese populace to become accustomed to sewer oil. Aside from causing deadly cancers, the harmful components in sewer oil can directly impair the human digestive and immune systems, resulting in food poisoning, dizziness, vomiting, and diarrhea. Media outlets at various levels in China have repeatedly uncovered instances of alleged sewer oil production and usage in restaurants. For instance, in Sichuan province, the popularity of hot pot cuisine has spawned a sewer oil industry, prompting local authorities to almost routinely crack down on it each year. In December 2021, a hot pot restaurant in Sichuan province was fined approximately $200,000 after being caught using sewer oil. Nevertheless, it remains challenging to determine whether the government's actions are merely superficial or genuine. While the public may witness investigations and penalties imposed on businesses, the extent of unchecked establishments employing similar practices remains uncertain. Since its inception, the Chinese Communist Party has grappled with issues of corruption, falsehoods, and deception. Presently, this manifests as widespread misinformation in the media, falsified statistics, and even deceit regarding officials' academic qualifications. Under such a corrupt regime, coupled with the promotion of atheism, a pervasive lack of trust and a focus on personal gain have emerged among Chinese citizens. Consequently, numerous unscrupulous merchants have abandoned their moral compass and resorted to any means necessary for profit, rendering food safety an infinitely perilous concern.